What made you stop drinking? I stumbled home from the bar at 2 a.m., fumbling with my keys. My heart stopped when I saw lights blazing through my apartment windows. Someone was inside. I crept up the stairs and pushed open the door. What I saw made my knees buckle. My 14-year-old daughter Andrea was on our couch, clutching my 7-year-old son Caleb like her life depended on it. But they weren't alone. Kylie, Andrea's best friend, sat beside them with red eyes. And in my kitchen, making coffee at 2 a.m. like she owned the place, was Kylie's mom, Linda. 4 sets of eyes turned toward me. The silence was deafening. Dad? Andrea's voice cracked. You're home early. Early? It was 2 a.m. on a Tuesday. Linda set down the coffee pot, her face a mask of fury and pity. We need to talk, right now. What's going on in my house? Andrea called Kylie at midnight, Linda said, deadly calm. Caleb was hysterical. He'd been crying for hours because he was scared and hungry and his daddy never came home again. I looked at my little boy in dinosaur pajamas, clutching his stuffed elephant. I left money for food, I slurred. Andrea's face crumpled. Dad, that was 5 days ago. We've been eating peanut butter sandwiches since Sunday. The room spun, but not from whiskey this time. Linda stepped closer. How long has this been happening? Andrea and Caleb shared a look between siblings who'd learned to survive while their father drowned in bottles. Every weekend, Andrea whispered, tears streaming. Sometimes weeknights. Caleb gets panic attacks when you don't come home by 10. He thinks something happened to you like what happened to Mom. My ex-wife died 2 years ago. That's when the drinking started. Linda's voice cut like a knife. I've been getting calls from your daughter twice a week for 4 months. We've been taking shifts staying here, making sure your children don't die of neglect. 4 months. My kids had been living in terror for 4 months while I pickled my brain. We bring groceries. We help with homework. We put Caleb to bed when he has nightmares about his dead mother and missing father. We've been raising your children. I wanted to disappear. Dad, Andrea whispered. We didn't want to get you in trouble, but Caleb's only 7. He can't handle being alone all night. Linda walked to my table and picked up a manila folder. She opened it like a lawyer presenting evidence. Report cards you've never signed, permission slips they've missed, medical forms for Caleb's asthma that I had to forge because your son couldn't breathe and you were passed out. Each word was a physical blow. And this, she pulled out construction paper covered in crayon. Caleb made this at school. My family. Want to guess who's in it? I looked at the drawing. Caleb, Andrea, Kylie, and Linda holding hands under a rainbow. I wasn't in it. My 7-year-old had erased me from his family. Linda folded the paper carefully. I've been thinking, maybe Andrea and Caleb should stay with us permanently. Kylie's got a big room. I don't mind taking care of them full time if you're unable to do so. The words hung like a death sentence. They could have stability, regular meals, someone who shows up, someone who doesn't make them lie about why their father never appears. I looked at my children. Andrea had dark circles like she'd been carrying the world. Caleb was so thin, I could see his ribs. We talked to them about it, Linda continued. They said they'd like that. They're tired of being scared. My own children wanted to leave me. The room went silent except for my heart shattering. Something inside me snapped back into place. No, I said, stronger than I'd been in months. That's not happening. I walked to my kitchen, opened every cabinet where I'd hidden bottles. 7 bottles of whiskey, 4 beers, half a bottle of vodka. With everyone watching in stunned silence, I opened every bottle and poured the poison down the drain. The smell made me sick, but not as sick as losing my kids forever. When the last drop swirled away, Caleb ran to me. Daddy, does this mean you're staying home now? I picked him up, feeling how light he'd gotten, and looked at Andrea, then Linda, who'd been more of a parent than I had. Yeah, buddy. Daddy's never leaving you alone again. 18 months sober. Linda checks on us as a friend now. Andrea's grades went from C's to A's. Caleb's nightmares stopped. And that family portrait he drew last month, it has all 3 of us again.